on, folks? It's Landon from Today's Tech, and let's talk about Bluetooth trackers. So unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Apple recently launched the AirTag, Samsung launched the SmartTag and SmartTag Plus, and Tile has pretty much been the leading Bluetooth tracker on the market since about 2014, with currently 4 products to choose from. Now, I want to make sure that you guys have all the facts about the similarities and differences so you can make the easiest buying decision possible. So consider this a review and a bit of a buying guide. And it might seem obvious, but in case you didn't know, the SmartTags require a Samsung device, AirTag requires an Apple device, and Tile works with both iOS and Android. And since Tile has 4 products to choose from, I'll mainly be comparing the Tile Pro, which is similarly spec'd and priced to the AirTag and SmartTags. So as far as pricing goes, a single pack of AirTags will cost you $29 and a 4-pack will cost you $99. And Samsung's trackers are $30 for the base model Bluetooth SmartTag and $40 for the SmartTag Plus with Bluetooth ultra wideband and AR. And I tried to find a 2-pack or a 4-pack, but I literally could not find them for sale anywhere. Now, Tile, on the other hand, has a range of products starting at $25 for the Tile sticker, up to $35 for the Tile Pro, and they're a lot cheaper when you buy more than one or grab one of their essential packs for $70, which comes with 3 of their 4 current products, 2 Tile stickers, the Tile Mate, and the wallet-sized Tile Slim. Now, the AirTag from Apple is priced on the lower end of the spectrum, but there's no hole or adhesive, so you'll have to grab an accessory to attach it to anything, which you can get directly from Apple or a slew of third-party accessory makers. And the SmartTags in the Tile, they do have a hole for a carabiner or a key ring, so it's not really necessary to get any accessories. And overall, even though there's a slight price difference, I would say they're pretty evenly priced given the slight difference in the feature set. But the AirTag is definitely the smallest though, with a nice white and stainless steel shell, but it does scratch very easily. So check out Dom's video if you want to get a pretty dope custom brushed stainless steel look. And what's nice about the AirTags though is that you can at least get them engraved with letters, numbers, or emojis, which could help you keep track of whose it is in the family or what you're using it for. Meanwhile, the SmartTags and Tile Pro are a bit bigger, but Tile offers a ton of color options and Samsung offers a couple as well. All right, so let's get these bad boys set up, starting with the AirTag, and it's a super simple setup. Once you remove the plastic, you get a nice little chime, put it near your iPhone, and you'll get a pop-up. Then you give it a name, but just make sure iOS is up to date first, or it might be a while. And it's pretty much the same deal with the SmartTags. You get a pop-up, but there is a quick update first, then you go into naming. And then with Tile, you download the app if you haven't already, follow a few prompts, give it a name, and voila. And then starting with similarities, there are actually quite a few between these trackers, starting with the fact that they all work via Bluetooth. Both the Tile Pro and SmartTags have a range of 400 feet. Meanwhile, Apple's website doesn't say anything about the Bluetooth range. Now, each of these trackers is supported by a network of devices that will help you find whatever you've lost in the event that they are outside of Bluetooth range and you have no idea where they are. Tile has the Tile network so that when you lose something outside of Bluetooth range, your lost Tile will ping a signal off of nearby Tile devices that automatically and anonymously update the location of your lost Tile. And fun fact, there have been over 30 million Tile devices sold worldwide. And the app actually tells you how many are nearby, so I have over 1,000 near me right now. And I don't live in a hugely populated area, so that's a pretty good sign, but obviously that is going to vary. And SmartTags use SmartThings Find, which is centered around the SmartThings app that comes pre-installed on Samsung devices. So it works the same as Tile's network, except it pings a signal off of nearby Galaxy smartphones and tablets. And fun fact, Samsung says there are 70 million users on the network currently, with a total of 700 million with the ability to opt into the network. And of course, Apple has the Find My network that works the same. And last fun fact, Apple says there are almost 1 billion devices that have opted into the Find My network. So you should definitely have a much easier time finding your lost keys or whatever you've lost with an AirTag or a SmartTag as opposed to a Tile. Now, all 3 can make a sound to help you locate them, and here's how they each sound. Okay, so clearly the SmartTag Plus is the loudest, followed by the AirTag, followed by the Tile Pro. And all of them have the ability to use a smart assistant to locate them. So you can ask Siri to locate your AirTag, Bixby to locate your SmartTag, and Google Assistant to locate your Tile, which is dope. I actually have a Tile Slim in my wallet, and I'm able to ask Google to ring it for me, and it works flawlessly. And then the last two common features, all three have replaceable batteries, and they still feature water resistance. Now, here's what sets them apart. So both the AirTag and the SmartTag Plus feature ultra wideband tech, which leads you right to your tracker. Keep in mind, this only works with iPhones 11 through 12 Pro Max and some of the most recent Samsung devices, but check it out. So they both use arrows to point you in the right direction and show you how far you are away, but Samsung also uses the camera to show you exactly where your SmartTag is, and the animation is so dope. Meanwhile, the Tile just relies on the sound. But because of that, you would think Tile would want to make their devices as loud as possible. Imagine trying to find your tracker at Disneyland during peak hours and trying to listen for that little jingle. But both the Tile Pro and SmartTags have something that the AirTag does not have, and that's a button. They both use the button to stop the ringing once you found it, and then also a quick double press will ring your phone if you happen to have your Tile or SmartTag on a key ring, for example, and can't find your phone. But then the SmartTags button can also be programmed with two separate actions, like controlling smart products like opening a garage door, for example, or sending a text message when you get home, which is a pretty convenient feature exclusive to Samsung. Now, the SmartTags and AirTag have a pretty nice safety feature that will let you know if there's an unknown SmartTag or AirTag that's following you. Except Apple runs this check automatically, and with Samsung, you currently have to manually check to see if there's a SmartTag following you. So obviously not ideal, and I feel like that's going to lead to some paranoia if you're constantly having to check if someone's following you. So hopefully it becomes automatic pretty soon here. But I did just see an article about a TikTok where a lady said she found a Tile tracker in her purse that was not hers, and unfortunately, there's just no way to know that with Tile. And an Apple exclusive feature allows you to add contact info when you put your AirTag into lost mode, so that even an Android device can scan your AirTag using NFC and get your contact info and then hopefully return your lost item to you. Emphasis on the hopefully. And there's a couple of offerings that Tile has that neither Samsung nor Apple offers, and the first of which is Smart Alerts. So basically, if you leave behind your Tile, say in your wallet, for example, as soon as you get out of range, you'll get a notification that you left it behind, which I think is a pretty nice feature if you tend to be in a hurry sometimes and forget stuff. I mean, we've all been there. But the only slight downside to this feature is that it's a part of the first of Tile's two-tier subscription service costing $30 a year or just $3 a month, which really isn't that bad. Like, you'll also get 30-day location history and a yearly free battery replacement. And the second tier of their subscription service includes reimbursement for your truly lost item up to $1,000, which would definitely be nice if something was really lost. And that subscription is $100 a year. But to be clear, smart alerts and location history and the item reimbursement, those are the only Tile features that cost extra. All that core functionality of just pinging your device and finding it and ringing it and all that good stuff, that is free. So all in all, feature and spec-wise, the SmartTags, AirTag, and Tile devices are quite similar, obviously aside from the ultra-wideband tech, which Tile says should be coming out later this year. But it's honestly a little bit unfortunate for Tile that Samsung and Apple came out with these, because obviously their reach is so much greater. Remember, Apple has almost 1 billion devices on the Find My network. Samsung has 70 million with the potential for 700 million, and Tile just has 30 million. I honestly feel like if Samsung and Apple were to come out with a smart alert style feature, that would eliminate a huge chunk of Tile's potential business. Remember, Tile requires others to have purchased Tile devices to find things. Samsung works through smartphones and tablets, and Apple works through the multitude of products that they sell. So really the only reason to go with Tile would be for the additional subscription-based services. And with that being said, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think with a comment down below. Do you already have one of these trackers? Do you want one? And on your way down there, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can be the first to know when I'm bringing a brand new perspective to your favorite pieces of tech. Alrighty guys, be safe out there. Peace and love.